Eating guinea pigs might be a new trend here in the United States. People are looking for a sustainable way of eating, and guinea pigs might just be the ticket. Okay, so of course, it isn't environmentally friendly to eat cows, especially with the way that we're factory farming them. But more and more Americans are kind of warming up to the idea of eating different types of food, different types of meat, and guinea pig falls under that category. Now, John, share your thoughts on this. Do you think guinea pigs are, do they sound appetizing to you?
My initial thought when I was reading, oh, that's adorable.
That is a cute guinea pig, but it looks mighty tasty.
Oh God. Oh, imagine him fried, some butter. That looks exactly like what it is, actually. My initial reaction when I saw this was oh, that's a rabbit, but still. Yeah, I know my rodents, buddy. You think you're gonna slip a rabbit past me? But anyway, I requested that one actually. So my initial reaction was exactly what you'd expect an average American. Ew, we don't eat those.
That was your average reaction? That was your reaction?
My instant reaction.
And then you really thought about it and deep fried guinea pig.
I don't eat meat. So,
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But he's a fake vegetarian, so he'll eat meat in due time.
Yeah, no, eventually I will, I'm sure. But so, like, I've recently been thinking about, like, switching back, but they describe, like, are you going to get to the nose and ears and stuff like that?
Yeah, some restaurants will serve you the guinea pig with, you know, like a nostril, an eye, you know, so you'll see that it was or is a guinea pig, and I'm sure that that's unsettling for some people. I don't really have a problem with it.
I knew you wouldn't.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. You guys know that I'm an adventurous eater, and I actually do want to find sustainable sources of protein. I love meat. I don't want to give up meat. But I also don't want to eat unethical meat, which is basically all the meat that we eat right now in the United States. You know, I'd love to eat like locally raised, free-range meat and all that. And whenever I can, of course I do. It's hard to determine whether or not meat is right now. But.
Yeah, and look, I said, you know, ew. Obviously, I'm joking. Like, if I was eating meat, I would consider eating it. I like that it's more environmentally friendly. Like, one of the reasons a lot of people are vegetarians, aside from the ethical concerns, is the sustainability.
Yes.
And the fact that they're twice as efficient is awesome.
Yeah.
It does seem weird, though. This guy says the nose, ears, and fingery little hands are the best bites of all. That sounds a little bit weird.
Maybe you don't. Well, you don't know.
I don't want to eat anything's hands, even when I did eat meat. I didn't eat chicken hands.
Some people do, and I heard that they're delicious.
Yeah.
When it comes to the sustainability, which is what I really want to focus on as opposed to the ew factor,
okay.
Guinea pigs, which weigh no more than 2 pounds, are twice as efficient as cows at turning food like hay and compost scraps into meat. To render a pound of meat, a cow, he explains, must require 8 pounds of feed, a guinea pig only 4 pounds.
Also, it goes on to say that if you had 2 males and 20 females, like you could keep that, you don't need like a lot of land, you don't need a pasture or anything, you can keep that indoors, and that would be able to sustain an entire family, which is very interesting. And so in a lot of areas, especially think about like an urban area where you can't have cows, you know, but you could have this and you could have meat for your family, which is interesting. And in places where they wouldn't have any problem with eating rodents, which is sort of an American thing, I guess, that's a very interesting option. And especially with climate change making more and more areas of the world unable to be farmed or raise animals on, I think that this is something that in the future is going to become necessary.
Yeah, of course it's going to become necessary, which is why oftentimes we do stories about restaurants that try to be more innovative with their cuisine, and you know, they'll kind of venture out into insects and things like that. And you know, of course it has the yuck factor, but of course the yuck factor is a cultural thing, and we got to move past it, because what we're doing to the environment right now is a disaster. It goes beyond what the oil and coal companies are doing. It has to do with human behavior as well, and we got to be smarter about what we're consuming and how we're consuming it.